Hey, what's going on guys? It's Snackless Dragon here. So today we were playing some competitive in Destiny 2, I know, first mistake. But I've noticed recently people are extremely angry. I've had a record number of messages accusing me of cheating, or just teammates flaming me or other teammates in the chat. And that's exactly what happened today. So you'll see in this game, we weren't doing too well, but one of our teammates was just constantly moaning in the group, in the text chat, saying that, telling us how to play, basically saying our other teammate was making mistakes. Meanwhile, he was bottom fragging, and he ended up bottom on the team. So I was just trying to focus on the game, lock in, but it does get quite annoying after a while. So I ended up responding to him. Then he challenged me to a 1v1. So, we had to put him in his place. You'll see as well that he not only accuses me of cheating by using a certain build. I then rematched him without that build. I said, look, I don't need it. We'll play whatever you want to play. And he rage quit halfway through. So, enjoy, guys. So here we were able to pick up a little crispy pick. Unfortunately, I was smoked, so I needed to, re-rotate. Now we're just trying to hold down the outside heavy. As you know, this doorway can get very active. I know there's somebody hiding in the corner, so we just try and push him. I got very lucky with this melee trade, just tighten things, unfortunately for that guy. We're still trying to hold heavy. I noticed there's a guy at the top. I get some shots into him, but he's able to back off. I think teammate finishes him off. My teammate uses a bow as well, which was something that really annoyed the guy who was performing worse than our team. I don't know what it is about bows. I mean, I've never used them in PvP, but it really gets to people. Unfortunately, there I tried to dodge the golden gun. He does manage to get us, but that's whatever. It's that time in the game where everybody just starts popping their supers. Managed to get the first guy. I see the Spectral there, try and get some team shots into him. Unfortunately, there is a third to clean me up. But that's just the way it goes. By this time, I kind of started to get a bit annoyed with the distraction that was going on in the chat. So, I just said, why is the bottom frag yapping? I stand by that. If you're bottom of the team, constantly moaning and complaining, then what are you doing? Just lock in. You don't have any right to tell people how to play, especially if you're the worst. So as you can see, he got 7 kills, 0.7. Now normally I don't really care about that sort of thing, everybody has off games, but if you're gonna start giving people grief in the chat, then you better be the best player on the team, or at least better than the person you're complaining about. So I agreed to a 1v1 with him, and this is how it went. So first up, I'm just trying to see where he is. I know he's playing Invis, so I'm a little bit worried about that. I decided I need to put the sniper away because he's going to push. He does get the first shots off, but I managed to create a bit of distance with the Titan boost back up and get some shots into him. Next, I'm just trying to look for a dome. I unfortunately missed my snipe. I think he's going to push the stairs, so I throw a nade. I back up and rotate from his nade. He's on the boxes shooting me. I got quite lucky here. He jumped up for some reason and managed to get the cleanup. We're going to rotate now with some special. I know he's here. I again, unfortunately, missed my snipe. Throw that nade just to cover, get some good shots into him, so I decided it's time to push. You can see my hazardous propulsion going off there, trying to track him. So basically, if you don't know what this build is, by getting kills, especially precision kills, your exotic Titan chest piece loads little homing rockets that do 25 damage each. And then when you activate your class ability, those rockets are fired, and any rockets that hit, do any damage whatsoever, will buff the damage of other rockets, which I believe works with Quicksilver Storm, which is why I use it. I was literally just looking, I was watching, I can't remember their name now, but that clan that they all use weird off-meta weapons, and there's a Prometheus Lens guy, there's a Fighting Lion guy, I think his name's Epic Offender, he's a cool dude. But I was looking through to see if there was anything I could do that was a bit off meta and funny, and I read through all the exotics and I decided that this sounded quite fun. I'd never heard of it before. I never play PvE, so I know that it has been in PvE before, but I'd never seen anybody running it in PvP. Anyway, he did not like this, and I get it, it is very strong in a 1v1, but you know, we didn't establish any rules. The only thing I asked him was the map, and he said not a big map, but apart from that he was happy to play. So as you can see, I get a nice little crispy snipe on him there. I saw him at first and just managed to slide out a little bit. And to my surprise, he actually compliments me on that and says, nice snipe. So I was like, yeah, you know, thanks. Had to dome him again, you know, just to hammer the point home. Now I'm going to give him his first proper taste of hazardous propulsion. I mean, look at these rockets go, just Jesus Christ. You know, he doesn't stand a chance. But, you know, I earned those rockets. You know, I got my kills, I got my precision kills. They're my rockets. You know, I paid for them with my own money and my own blood, sweat, and tears. But yeah, you're going to see he's trying to hide around the corner. I unfortunately get flinched. I do manage to catch his big toe around the corner with a little seismic slam. At this point, he's asking what the hell that even was. Like I said, people are not used to playing against this playstyle. It's just not something you ever see. And I'm sure, I haven't tested it, but I'm sure that the flinch is insane when it happens. Get a few shots on him here. He's got a very good angle at the bottom of the stairs, but I just managed to get the top of his head, which was very lucky. So you can see at this point, I think he switches to Outbreak. I was a bit caught off guard. I thought he was typing in the chat, but you know, it's whatever. He pushes up and we're going to hit him with another set of rockets, which I'm sure he's probably punching his desk right now, you know, giving himself a Chinese burn because it's so frustrating to play against. You know, he's trying to play a little peekaboo around the boxes. We managed to get him. You know, I'm not fooled by a children's game. You know, I was the hide and seek master. Apart from Manny McCann, she's probably the champion, but it's a good thing I'm not monetized because that probably would have demonetized me. Anyway, you know, we find another crispy snipe here, and I think the tilt train is just starting to get to him now. I mean, there's something about being sniped, you know, 2-3 times in a row that just really starts to get to you. Like the sound of your brain splatting out the back of your head, the instant death, it just, I know it tilts people. I mess up my jump here, but it's all good. We're just going to rotate and try him again, hit him some more rockets. You know how we do it. He has rockets for breakfast, lunch and dinner, but I don't think he's had enough yet. So we're going to keep going, and here we go. He is now stopped playing. He is accusing me of cheating by using this, and like, you know, whatever, you can call it cheesy if you want. So I said, fine, you know, I can take it off, I don't need it, we'll play however you want to play. And I said, you know, we'll start from the beginning again and we'll rematch. But as you can see, 13-2 wasn't looking too hot for him, so we'll see how the next game goes.
No choice but to lone wolf this one.
So my strategy hasn't really changed. I mean, I don't have the rockets anymore, but you know, to be honest, they're not even that big of a deal. They're more like an intimidation factor. I mean, the damage is not great. I mean, you occasionally get kills if somebody's extremely weak, but you know, most of the time it's kind of a priming tactic, you know, just to get them to break their shields, push them off a piece of cover, or you know, kind of feint that you're weak and make them overcommit, and then suddenly they're getting hit with, you know, the entire US Cuban missile armory. People just do not expect it. So here I just decided to chuck on Actium War Rig. You know, I'm using an auto rifle, but it's always good. I'm actually a hunter main, believe it or not, so I haven't really experimented with many other Titan exotics, but I just think this build is too funny not to use. Ever since I put it on, I haven't been able to take it off. It's just the meme factor is insane. So here he throws a smoke. I decide to shoot it because I don't want that there. Just pre-fire a little bit in case he pushes the corner. Pre-firing is also something he gets very angry about, saying, how am I supposed to push a corner when you pre-fire everything? But, you know, I don't want to say skill issue, but it's really not that hard to counter. I mean, you can slide, jump over the fire, you can still get the element of surprise. So, you know, it's not like it's this amazing tactic that has no counter. Luckily there, he misses his grenade. I managed to just kind of slide under it and get the kill. We both kind of do even damage here, and I just decided to re-peek and challenge. I guess it was kind of an ego challenge, but you know, I've been doing very well in these games, so I thought I could take it. Here, I know he's going to peek this. He tries going invis, doesn't work. And now it's 4-1, so you know, if you add on to the other game, this scoreboard is getting very away from him. I'm sure he's scratching his little monkey brain trying to think of any tactic he can to get around this. I just decided to use my slam as a movement tool there just to get away. Again, I'm pre-firing because I'm assuming that he's going to rush the corner, because that would be a smart thing to do. And yeah, luckily we managed to win the 1v1 again with the primary. Now I'm basically just flipping from spawn to see where he is, jump on the box, get some high ground. I know that he's probably going to run to the side. I don't know if he's hiding behind there, so I'll throw a little nade, try and flush him out. He starts getting some shots on me, so I do back up. I mean, I'd be stupid not to. Why would I take a fight when I'm low health and he's not? Again, you know, just kind of pre-fire this corner because I'm expecting him to swing, thinking that I'm still weak. He's there, now he can push. I think he's using Gemini Jesters, which is removing my radar. But luckily in a 1v1, you don't need the radar that much. You know, it's useful, but there's only one person to worry about, so you know, you can just back off and re-engage when you need to. We get some crispy headshots there. And yeah, this game is looking to kind of be a repeat of the first game, even without hazardous propulsion. Like I said, you know, he obviously thinks it's cheating. I don't feel the same way, but you know, if it makes him feel better, I'll use whatever. You know, I was going to put on criminals and a shotgun, but I just know that any loadout that I used, little crispy snipe there, any loadout that I used, he was going to complain about. You know, I could be using a bow and a grenade launcher and he would still be moaning. So now he's just stopped playing again, saying that pre-firing angles is cheating, which is something I've never heard before, and hits us with the crispy rage quit. So, you know, the lesson here is, if you're going to talk smack in a game of comp and then challenge someone to a 1v1, then, you know, at least back it up. You know, if he had beat me, I would have been gracious, but the fact that he lost twice and decided to say that I was cheating, and there's just not sportsmanly. Sportsmanly? Is that a word? It's not good sportsmanship. You know, be a gentleman, take your L's. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. Feel free to drop a subscribe. I want to cover more things like comp and trials, so you know, that'll help give me the motivation to do so. In the picture, you see one of my boys, Hunt. He's the owner of our clan. We have a very active Discord for PvP players. I'll leave the link in the bio. Actually, no, I won't, because we don't just want anyone joining, but leave your Bungie username in the comments and we'll invite you sometime for some games. But yeah, we've got a good community full of good people. You just want to kind of hang back, chill, have some fun. Sometimes we get sweaty. But yeah, anyway, take care, guys. Peace.